Hey there! Welcome to story time for Thursday, what will it be? 14th. The 14th. We are continuing our journey with Nellie, Lisa, and Dr. Proctor. In Dr. Proctor's Fart Powder by Joe Nesbo. We're on chapter 11, The Big Fart Powder. Fart powder sale. Nellie stood up on the drinking fountain so that all the kids could see and hear him.
Dr. Proctor's fart powder will be up for sale at the top of Cannon Avenue. There'll be a sign on the gate,
Nellie yelled, even though it was so quiet that he could have spoken in a totally normal voice.
We'll start at 6 and keep going until 7. No pushing, let the little kids go first, and no farting until you've left. Understood?
Understood, they all yelled.
Any questions?
Nellie asked. He glanced out over the crowd and saw a hand sticking up in the air way in the back.
Yes?
Is it dangerous? A small voice asked.
Yes,
Nellie said seriously.
Unfortunately, there is one thing that is dangerous about using this powder.
The faces before him got long, their mouths hanging open.
You might laugh yourself to death,
Nellie said. A sigh of relief ran through the crowd. The bell rang.
See you this evening,
Nellie yelled, hopping down from the water fountain. Several people clapped and shouted, "Hooray!" and a murmur of anticipation rose from the crowd, which slowly dissipated, heading toward the different doors back into the school. "Do you think anyone's going to come?" Lisa asked Nellie, who was whistling the national anthem to himself in satisfaction.
You should be asking if there's anyone who won't come, Nellie said. Don't you see the gleam in their eyes? You might as well go ahead and book the plane trip to Sarsburg, Lisa.
Well, all right then, Lisa said, even though deep down she wasn't so sure. But then Lisa was almost never totally sure about anything. That's just the way she was.
Absolutely positive,
Nellie said, raising his hands as if he were playing the trumpet. That's just the way he was. After school, Lisa and Nellie ran home to complete the final preparations. After dinner, they ran back into the doctor's yard, where they found Proctor asleep on the bench. They let him sleep while they attached a sign to the gate. It said, "Dr. Proctor's fart powder for sale here and nowhere else in the world. 50 cents. Cute little sign. They took the lids off the shoeboxes and cartons in which the bags of powder were neatly stacked and set them on the picnic table. Then they each sat down on a chair behind the table and started waiting. "It's 10 to 6, Lisa stated.
Excited?
Nellie asked, smiling. Lisa nodded. When it was 5 minutes before 6, Lisa told Nellie that it was 5 minutes before 6. The birds were singing in the pear tree. When it was 6 o'clock, Lisa told Nellie that it was 6 o'clock. And when it was 6:02, Lisa looked at her watch for the 9th time since 6 o'clock. "Where is everyone?" she asked, worried.
Relax,
Nellie said.
We have to give them time to get here.
He'd crossed his arms and was dangling his legs contentedly. "It's 5 after, Lisa said. Nellie didn't respond. At 10 after, they heard Dr. Proctor grunt from the bench and saw him blinking his eyes. And suddenly he leaped up, exclaiming, "Good heavens, did I oversleep?" "Actually, no," Lisa said. "No one came."
Yet,
Nellie said.
No one has come yet. Just wait.
At 6:15, Dr. Proctor sighed almost inaudibly. At 6:20, Nellie scratched the back of his head and mumbled something about how kids these days weren't very punctual. At 6:25, Lisa put her forehead down on the tabletop. "I knew it," she whined. At 6:30, they agreed to pack up. "Well," Dr. Proctor said, smiling sadly as they put the lid on the last box. We'll try again another day. They're never going to come, Lisa said, sounding choked up. She was on the verge of tears.
I don't get it,
Nilly said, shaking his head. Chin up, Proctor said. I've been inventing things no one else wants for years. It's not the end of the world. Main thing is not to give up. Tomorrow, I'll invent something that's even more fantastic than Dr. Proctor's fart powder.
But there can't be anything more fantastic than Dr. Proctor's fart powder,
Nilly said. I'm going to go home and go to bed, Lisa whispered, and started walking toward the gate in the front yard with her head down and her arms hanging at her sides. Good night, Nilly and Dr. Proctor said. They sat down on the bench. Well, the doctor said.
Yeah,
Nilly said. Maybe I should do a little more work on that time machine I started last year, Proctor said, and he looked up at the swallows.
How hard do you think it would be to invent a machine that makes jello out of air?
Nilly asked, and looked up at the swallows. And that's what they were doing when they heard Lisa's voice from over by the gate. You guys? She said.
Yeah?
The doctor and Nilly said in unison. Someone did come, Lisa said. Who? You kind of have to look and see come for yourselves. To come see for yourselves. Nellie and the doctor got up and went over to the gate. Good heavens, Dr. Proctor said, dumbfounded. What do you say, Nilly? But Nilly didn't say anything, because something extremely rare had happened to Nilly. He was speechless. He couldn't utter a single word. Outside the gate, there was a line of children that reached as far as the eye could see. At any rate, as far as you could see it on Cannon Avenue. There's the line. Look at all those kiddos. All trying to get their fart powder. Why are you guys so late? Asked the kid at the front of the line, a boy in a cap with the Tottenham soccer team's logo. We've been standing here for over half an hour. Then Nilly finally found his voice again.
But, why didn't you guys come in?
Because it says here on the sign, doesn't it? The boy in the Tottenham hat said. It says the Dr. Proctor's fart powder is for sale here and nowhere else in the world.
Yeah, so?
Said Nilly, confused. And here is here, right? The boy said. And not in there. The other kids in line behind him nodded. Then Lisa pulled a marker out of her bag, went over to the sign, drew a line through here, and wrote there in capital letters. Then let's get to it, she yelled, so they heard her almost at the end of the line. No pushing. Let the little ones in first and have your money ready. There was still a line out there at 7 o'clock when Nilly shut the gate, but they were totally out of powder. Sold out, Lisa shouted, and said that anyone who hadn't gotten to buy fart powder could come back tomorrow once Dr. Proctor had made some more. And even though naturally a few people were a little disappointed, they quickly started looking forward to the next day. Because all the way down Cannon Avenue, you could already hear the farts banging and the laughter from the kids who had gotten to buy the powder. Phew, Lisa said, flopping down on the garden chair once everyone was gone.
Phew,
Nilly said. You know what? Dr. Proctor said. We have to celebrate this. What would you guys say to a little Jello? Lisa yelled in delight.
A 5-foot-long Jello?
Nilly yelled, jumping up and down in his chair. The doctor disappeared and returned quickly with the longest Jello Nilly and Lisa had ever seen. I made this just in case, Proctor said, smiling slyly. And as the swallows drew strange letters in the evening sky over the pear tree, silence settled over Dr. Proctor's yard. In the end, all you could hear was the smacking noise of 3 mouths devouring a 4-foot-8-inch long Jello. And that is chapter 11. So we will catch up tomorrow and see what our friends are up to. All right, kiddos. Have a lovely evening. Be good to yourselves. Be good to the people that you're with. I lost my bookmark. And I'll see you later.